Hey, boys and girls. Today we are going to start a new lesson. It's MD.8. I can.
Mom, when can I start my iPad time?
In about 30 minutes, okay? Sorry. All right. MD.8.
I'm hungry. When can we start dinner?
You're already hungry? It's only been 2 hours since lunch.
Mom.
Okay, we'll eat dinner in about 2 hours. Okay. So, I can solve word problems involving addition and subtraction of time intervals that cross the hour. So you're familiar with this standard because in 3rd grade, we worked on the same exact thing, except we never really crossed the hour. We worked with solving word problems involving addition and subtraction of time intervals that stayed within the hour. Let me give you an example of a 3rd grade problem that you should already be able to do. So let's say that SpongeBob starts at 4:05 p.m. and then it ends at 4:30 p.m. How long did the SpongeBob show last? So you should be able to do this using a number line because, like I said, this is a 3rd grade standard by doing your time intervals counting up. So to get from 4:05 to 4:30, you can do it a lot of different ways. Some of you already know that would be 25 minutes. Others might need to jump 5 minutes ahead to 4:10, and then you would know to get from 10 to 30, that would be 20. So then we can see the elapsed time would be 25 minutes. Now, in 4th grade, we're going to be solving addition and subtraction of time intervals that cross the hour. So here's an example. So the movie, let's say it's Trolls World Tour, starts at 2:30. The movie lasts 1 hour and 35 minutes. What time did the movie end? Again, I'm using a number line, and you can also just do it mentally in your head. So if it started at 2:30 and it lasts 1 hour and 35 minutes, I'm going to do my big chunk of time first, which is my hour. So 2:30, and if it lasts 1 hour more than 2:30 would put you at 3:30. Notice your minutes stay the same. All that changed is your hour because the hour hand went around the clock one full time. So, and then it lasts 35 minutes. Now, with 35 minutes, that's going to put us past 60 because I know 30 plus 30 is 60, and that's going to put me at the next hour. The next hour is 4 o'clock. So what I'm going to do is, like we did last year, I'm going to chunk that 35 minutes that the movie lasts, and I'm going to break it apart or decompose it into friendlier chunks of time. So I know that 3:30 plus 30 more minutes would put me at 4 o'clock. Well, how many minutes are left of the 35 if we've added 30? That's right, 5 more minutes. So if I add 5 more minutes, that puts the Trolls World Tour ending at 5 minutes past 4, or 4:05. Let's look at this same problem using a clock. Again, this is an analog clock. So if the show starts, or the movie starts at 2:30 and it lasts 1 hour and 35 minutes, what time will it be? What time will it end? So I made it say 2:30. And then if we add an hour, I know that that's 60 minutes. So that's one complete trip around the clock. So here we go. That's your 1 hour addition of time. And this is what we landed on, 3:30. I know some of you last year would forget to write the time that you land on after each interval. make sure that you write down the time that you land on. Okay? And then if we add 30 minutes or 35 minutes, we decompose the 35 into 30 and 5. And this is why. Because if you're at 30 minutes or 3:30, we know that in another 30 minutes, it's going to put us to a friendly time of 4 o'clock. That's why instead of doing add 35, I just added 30. Okay? And then I know I need 5 minutes more. So the movie end time would be 4:05. Let's look at one more strategy that you can use to solve elapsed time word problems. This is called a T-chart. Some of you liked to use this last year. Again, we call it a T-chart because it looks like the letter T. So I'm going to put my start time here and then put the elapsed time here. So if the movie starts at 2:30 and I need to add 1 hour, that would put me up to 3:30. Now I need to add my 35 minutes. Again, I'm going to chunk it. I'm going to do 30 minutes to get to 4 o'clock. And then I know I need 5 more minutes for a total of 35 minutes. And that would put me at 4:05. Let's look at another example of solving word problems involving addition and subtraction of time intervals that cross the hour. Let's say that you start homeschool at 10:15. Okay? Your mom or dad or parent helper wants you to work for 2 hours and 30 minutes. What time will homeschool be over? Let's use a number line to solve this. Remember, I'm going to add my bigger chunk of time first, which is the hour. So if I'm at 10:15 and I want to add 2 hours, that would be 11:15, 12:15. So I'm going to jump 2 hours, and that would be 12:15. Now I'm going to do my minutes. So if I'm thinking about the minutes, and we're at 12:15, what's a friendly time that I could jump to? Some of you already know that 15 and 30 would give you 45. Okay? Some of you might need to break that down into smaller chunks. So if I'm at 12:15 and I add 15 minutes, 12:15 plus 15, 5, 10, 15, that would put me at 12:30. And then if I add the next 15 minutes, 5, 10, 15, that puts me at 12:45. So homeschool is over at 12:45 p.m. Let's solve this same problem using a T-chart. So if I start homeschool at 10:15 and I add 2 hours, that would be 11:15, 12:15. 12:15 plus 30 minutes. I know that 30 and 15 is 45. So that would put me finishing homeschooling at 12:45. What did those two word problems have in common? With both of those word problems, you were asked to find the end time. In both of those problems, you were given the start time, the start of the movie or the start of homeschool, and you were given the elapsed time. So today what I want you to do is to practice these type of word problems where you have to find the end time. You may use a number line, you can draw out a clock, or you can try using a T-chart. I've added a video of number lines and T-charts for you to use in case you need more practice.